I'm 29 and live in Denver. I work as a corporate strategist at a tech logistics firm, which means most people don't really know what I do. That's fine by me. I don't need to be seen. I just quietly move pieces behind the curtain and make decisions that change how teams work, how budgets shift, how brands launch. I like order. I like patterns. And I like staying out of the spotlight. I'm the second daughter. Camille is 31. My parents would never admit to playing favorites, and honestly, they didn't need to. It was obvious in 100 subtle ways. Camille was always the one with the personality. She was talkative, emotional, good with people. She cried during commercials. She hugged strangers. She once made a waiter cry tears of joy. I was the quiet one. I liked spreadsheets. I liked planning. I memorized multiplication tables for fun. If Camille was the heart, I was the head, and in our house, the heart always won. When Camille got a B, my parents told her it wasn't the grade that mattered, it was the effort. When I got straight A's for the third year in a row, they told me not to let it get to my head. When Camille got into a mid-tier college for public relations, they framed her acceptance letter. When I got a full scholarship to a top business school, they said I'd finally be independent. Camille floated through internships and temporary jobs, trying out different things, event planning, influencer management, a short-lived YouTube channel. I graduated, got my MBA, started consulting, and moved through the ranks. My work got results, but it didn't come with applause. That was always reserved for Camille. 2 years ago, Camille started obsessing over this company called Lysair, a luxury French skincare brand, just beginning to push into the US market. She called it her dream job before there was even a job to dream about. She followed all their social media, reposted their launches, even redesigned their Instagram grid for fun and posted it online like a fan-made portfolio. She told everyone she was manifesting a role there. Branding, PR, social strategy, something glamorous. I remember the dinner clearly. It was last October. The four of us were out, and Camille had just finished a story about a date she went on with some guy who worked in real estate. My mother laughed and said, "He told me Camille is exactly the kind of woman men want to marry. Not like you, dear, you're the kind they want to work for." I let out a small laugh, but I was staring into my wine glass. Then my father added, "She's not wrong. You're more boardroom. Camille's more home. That's just how it is." It wasn't the first time something like that had slipped out. A couple years before that, my mother told me, "You're very impressive, but men like softness." I knew what she meant, and I knew who she thought had it. It wasn't hate. It wasn't cruelty. It was disappointment in a form they never acknowledged. They thought they were being honest, helpful even. It finally clicked for me in that moment at the restaurant. There was nothing I could do to be the right kind of a woman in their eyes. I wasn't the one they imagined beaming in wedding photos, or gushing about a nursery, or charming the neighbors with a tray of lemon bars. I was the one they imagined working late and living alone. I didn't fight with them about it. I never do. That would have just proven their point. Instead, I smiled, paid my part of the bill, and excused myself early. I didn't say I was done trying to impress them, but I was. 3 months ago, something strange happened at work. A partner contact pulled me into a restructuring project for a European luxury brand looking to break into the US market. I was told very little at the start, just that it would involve strategy development, team build-outs, and advising on branding personnel hires. Everything came through a third-party agency based in Geneva. A week later, I opened a new file from the agency's portal. The client name was Lysair. I didn't react. I just kept reading. Then I checked my notes from Camille's old social posts. The timing made sense. Lysair was prepping their expansion for the upcoming spring. I remembered her talking about sending them resumes, cold emails, even joining a couple of